Young Napoleon was bullied by his aristocratic peers. He was aloof, spoke French with a funny accent, and of low nobility. But he sought refuge in books, igniting a lifelong obsession. Reading became a matter of power for him. Here's how books guided his every move. Author Louis Sarkozy's work, Napoleon's Library, paints a vivid picture of the emperor as an avid reader, enjoying history, philosophy, religion, geography, and fiction. His official portraits even reflect his love of reading. He's often depicted in front of books and libraries. According to Sarkozy, books were crucial to his early formation and later military acumen. They molded his adolescent mind and influenced his statesmanship. They made him the general he would become and accompanied him to his grave. Though Napoleon had a wide range of interests, it was history, especially accounts of great conquerors before him, that he believed would give him an edge in life and on the battlefield. His fascination with the great men of the past began in childhood. Born on the island of Corsica in 1769, Napoleon inherited an interest in reading from his father Carlo, a learned man of minor nobility who rose to become Corsica's representative to the court of Louis XVI. Upon their emigration to mainland France, the young Napoleon took to reading after he struggled to fit in with other boys his age. He spoke French with an accent and was of low nobility, prompting bullying by his aristocratic peers. Books were a refuge. The great conqueror discovered reading first as a safe haven. At the tender age of 12, he had already dozens of authors, principally those of antiquity, which left a lasting impact on his perception of the world. Few works had such an impact on the future emperor as Plutarch's Lives. A series of biographies of the greatest men of antiquity, it explores the vices and virtues of its subjects in an effort to reveal their personalities. Plutarch endeavored not to write histories, but lives. Napoleon especially took to the lives of Caesar and Alexander, figures who he continues to be compared with today. At the time, though, he dreamed of measuring up to them, fascinated by Alexander's lightning conquest or how Caesar occasionally slept in his chariots. Sarkozy sums up what Napoleon learned from Plutarch. The world is for the taking. Ambition and determination are the means of achieving it. Imitate great men of history, and the world can be yours. And it almost was. Back to the video in just a minute, after we introduce today's sponsor, Incogni. Every year, massive data breaches expose sensitive data on the internet. In 2022, the Identity Theft Resource Center reported the number of victims has gone up nearly 42% since 2021. Your risk to a data breach is increasing too. Commercial databases sell your information, including your name, social security number, address, and even information about your relatives, without you even knowing. Anyone, including marketing companies, employers, landlords, or bad actors, can access your information from these sites. Loans can be taken out in your name, insurance companies leverage it to raise your fees, and spammers clog your inbox. So how does Incogni solve this issue? Incogni reaches out to data brokers on your behalf, requests your personal data removal, and deals with any objections from their side. Incogni will make sure your data stays off the market too. Whenever a new record pops up on a data broker site, Incogni will automatically take care of it. That's what makes Incogni's yearly subscription especially great. Incogni will continue protecting your data privacy for as long as you use the service. So how do you start? First, create an account, grant Incogni the right to work for you by contacting data brokers on your behalf, and relax as Incogni requests your personal data removal and handles any objections from data brokers. They'll keep you updated on their progress every step of the way. Incogni is giving our viewers an exclusive 60% off annual subscriptions by using the link in the description below. Sign up and start protecting your data today. Thanks to Incogni for this sponsorship, allowing us to create better content and spread our message further. Alright, back to the video. Napoleon's abilities as a statesman and general were heavily influenced by his reading. An immensely practical reader, he saw reading as a means to an end, a way to extract valuable information that he could use to further his ambitions. Sarkozy writes, "His many literary adventures, at least as an adult, revolved around the practical. He wanted to quickly get to the nucleus of a book and then move on." For this reason, Napoleon never stopped reading. Even on military campaigns, he brought books along, commissioning travel libraries, which were assembled by his personal librarian Antoine Alexandre Barbier. These contained volumes on military tactics, history, and geography. The emperor's generals benefited from his propensity to read on campaign too, as they were gifted their own book sets. And much of Napoleon's leadership style was imprinted on him by literature. The way he interacted with his men was directly motivated by his books. To inspire his troops, he told them that they were the heirs of the great phalanxes of Alexander and the legions of Rome. He believed he and his men were a continuation of the ancient conquerors he'd read about. Tactical and political decisions were inspired by history as well, as Napoleon aimed to corroborate his actions with past successes. To inform his political decision, he scoured the historical records to find precedents for his actions. For example, during his botched invasion of Russia, Napoleon brought along Voltaire's biography of Charles XII of Sweden, who had invaded Russia at the beginning of the 18th century. Considering Napoleon's defeat, however, one wonders if he should have read more closely. On a more mundane level, Napoleon incorporated his propensity for reading into important logistical considerations that all good generals must make. He apparently pored over thousands of reports by his quartermasters in what almost seemed like an obsession. Napoleon himself admitted, "I read these reports with as much joy as a young girl reads a novel." Reports of injuries, absentees, ammunition supplies, even number of socks and coat buttons, greatly occupied the emperor's time. After Napoleon's defeat and exile to the island of St. Helena, where he'd spend his final years, reading remained an integral part of his life. He understood that he'd reached his final chapter and therefore did what he'd always loved. All that remained were memories and books. And it was here where Napoleon cemented his legacy through, quite fittingly, a book. The Memorial of St. Helena, written by Napoleon's unofficial secretary Emmanuel de las Casas, detailed Napoleon's life and career. Written in a journal form based on daily conversations with the emperor, it became an instant bestseller upon its publication in 1823, just 2 years after Napoleon's death. It was possibly the most widely read political text of its time, according to one historian. It's from this work we get Napoleon's most famous lines, such as, "I am the Messiah of the Revolution," and "What a novel my life has been." With the Memorial of St. Helena, Napoleon's life, which was so influenced by literature, became a book itself. Napoleon's life is a testament to the awesome power of literature, in particular, the effect that reading about great heroes can have on one's future. Perhaps if the young Napoleon had never stumbled across Plutarch's Lives, history would have looked dramatically different. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like more. Also, please check out our X account for daily content like this, and consider becoming a member of our channel to support our work. Catch you next time.